fun character. This Kid Cobra, he has multiple dashes that he can use when he's moving around the screen. Of course, Twintel can hover a little bit, and when she hovers, she slows down other characters when they try to punch her.
So answer me this, DC. I look at this game, and the first thing I think about are these like over-the-shoulder kind of arena-type fighters. The first one that comes to mind when I watched this game, when I initially saw it, was Virtual Lawn. How similar is it to the kind of lateral, the way you have to mix in lateral movement with forward movement and backward movement, and mixing in your projectile timings?
So I will say I've played Virtual Lawn maybe a few times. I can't think of a game that this one really feels like. And I played a lot of games. Maybe not as much Virtual Lawn as maybe you have, but I don't think you could really compare. I think this is a brand new, fresh type of different movement game. I strongly suggest trying it if you never have.
Excuse my ignorance. Has there actually been like balance patches to this game? Have the characters been changed?
This game actually has had a ton of updates. It used to be like bi-monthly for the last few months. Yeah, it's crazy. It's slowed down a little bit. I'm not sure if they're finished or if they, it's just slowed down a bit. But it's had a lot of balance updates. We had a lot of DLC characters as well. So I think it's great. They support this game so much. I think that's really like a recurring thing with Nintendo games, especially. So.
And what are we looking at with the tournament scene? Let me ask you this. Who are the Western threats that we should be looking for in this tournament?
So I know for a fact we got Gore coming over here. I believe he's sponsored by Set to Destroy. Gore, one of the best Helix players, probably one of the best, if not the best, ARMS players in America. I know he's over here, so definitely one of the strongest players. I know he has a teammate here as well who very recently got signed, but his name escapes me. I apologize for that. But definitely looking out for the big old Jello-looking.
Oh, we saw him. We saw him earlier. Yeah, I was like, what in the hell is that?
It's a lot of goofy characters. I think that's one of my favorite things about this game is that every character is so different. And that might sound a little obvious, but there's nothing is shared between any of these characters.
It's the Nintendo charm, baby.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to block that rush. You see the little caution marks next to his arms. If he blocks too much, his guard will get broken. There, both arms broken. This should be a free hit.
Oh, beat down.
Yeah, so usually
that's not fair.
So tight. That's not fair.
It's so funny because once you get your
arms?
Yeah, in arms, you get your arms broken. It's like, what's my other option here?
You just block with your face, man.
How you going to fight somebody with their arms tied behind their back? What kind of mess is that?
He earned it, though,
That's
right?
not fair at all.
He earned it. It's so funny. So your two options in this game are punch with your left and punch with your right. When your arms get broken, those are your two options are gone.
Yeah. What's supposed to do?
Can only one arm break?
Yes, you can have one arm
No
broken. You have
kidding.
both arms broken.
Wow.
Real quick, we're going to head back more KOF, guys.
And that's right. We got Hisa versus Pasa. Hisa had a big showing at Psy, pre-evolution Psy last year, got third place. Another classic KOF player. Versus Masa, of course, also another one, another big name.
Yeah, this is a classic KOF matchup right here. Iori versus Benny Maru.
He's still on his first character, of course.
Oh,
just the empty
grab.
low, man. Yeah, I hate that.
Perfect setup for the empty low.
What you got for me now?
Oh, another command grab. Let's see what it is
grab.
this time.
Other side? Okay, interesting choice there.
Just
Then
rolls
on out. Still maintains the corner.
Yep. So you gotta be aware. You gotta really be aware of your opponent's tendencies. If they're happy to roll out of the corner and stuff like that, you gotta be looking for that punish that.
Yeah. You're really looking, again, like you said, habits, right?
Yeah.
You want to look for roll habits. You want to look for hop habits. That's going to open you up the ground game for you. And you see now Hisa just waiting for him. Give me something to hang yourself with.
Again, see, every time he gets pushed into that corner like that, he gets real close. He's picking smart times to roll out, but Hisa, it doesn't really matter. Even when he tries to approach him and get some damage back, Hisa's just there with the proper
anti-airs. And you put that fireball out there, and it's just so it makes him scary to try to jump in on him, right? It's just this big hitbox just in front of you like that. You got to respect it.
Just chilling, mad active.
Yep. And it snowballs, right? Because it's building meter too. It's giving him more potential for that next hit when he finally does land one. Such a scary character, just in general.
And you see Masa with the 5 bars on deck. Hisa though showing so far he's the stronger player.
Definitely more patient too. Okay, here we go.
5 bars, you gotta start spinning that, fam.
Being a little bit too conservative with his meter. He's been sitting on 5 for that long, and that's the problem. Especially like we just said with a character like Benny Mara, he's so good at building meter too.
Yeah.
You want to spend it early.
Up the super, goes straight into the Neo
and
Max.
that's Hisa, man. Moving on in his bracket. Oh, sorry, 1 game up.
Yeah, it was a great confirm from the fireball. Just go right into the level 3.
So excuse my ignorance really quick. It looked like both players said they had max meter. One player with 5 meters and another
Yes,
player with
okay.
3. So how does that work?
So when you are starting the game, when you have your point character, when you have all 3 characters, the most you can get is 3 bars. As you lose a character, that max goes up. So
okay.
your second character can get 4, and your last character can get 5.
Makes sense. Makes
Good
sense.
to know.
So indeed, we get the forward throw.
Yeah, and it's not an explicit like comeback mechanic, right?
Yeah.
But by nature, you having that much more meter to work with, your damage potential is going to be that much higher.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Especially a character like we talked about it nonstop, man. Benny Maru is just such a problem in this game.
You can see the 1 bar damage on this
Wow.
character is ridiculous. That's why he's so good anywhere.
And he
the
can
hell?
zone, and his buttons are obnoxious.
No, Benny is so solid. It's ridiculous. Great way to build meter from the other side of the screen. Very safe way to do it.
He just dropped the bar, and he's almost already got
Yeah,
one
look at
more
that.
left. That's it. Again, just like all these little passive buffs to him, right?
Showing
And
back-
he's just chilling, man.
Yeah, the big jump normals. You can see he's just getting his space back and then hopping forward with that jump D. It's such a dominant button in the air.
Oh, good CD from Masa that time, though. But again,
Dead?
to
Oh
be
my-
confirmed into death.
It's like he was just chilling until he had the meter. He's like, all right, I got
Yeah,
a meter.
yeah.
I'm going to kill him.
Exactly.
That looked like 2 full combos. One
There
jump.
was.
And again,
Yeah.
that was nuts, too.
I'm telling you, man, Benny Maru, he doesn't even need to spin 2 bars to do that much damage. It's crazy. Full bars on the side of Masa. This is the man that needs to be spinning that meter. He's been chilling on max way too much.
Anti-air in the side switch. He got good damage for it, too. Good rollout for Masa.
Yeah.
Ooh.
All right.
But then drop it. How do you stun on him like that and then drop it?
Tech throw. Big far D, one of Iori's best buttons.
Right.
Right there.
He's able to get a max cancel off of it, too.
Great hot back jump D as well.
That's something that defines a lot of top tiers with KOF, right? When you have buttons that are able to fulfill multiple purposes, right? His jump D is very good for not only hitting people down on the ground, but also that air-to-air. When you have multi-purpose buttons that can do multiple things right, that's a lot of the top tier characters share that in this game.
Yeah, obviously, you guys have figured out that a lot of the movement in this game is based around the hopping, right? Rather than just like walking or even running.
Yeah, it's very
So-
different than other, like, say, Street Fighter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So having those strong air normals that can beat you air to air, can make you block on the ground, can stuff the anti-airs. I mean, that's what defines the top tier.
So I know Persona had a very similar short hop type thing in the game. Is the short hop in this game invincible, low invincible frame 1?
I don't believe so.
No? Okay. Because I know Persona's was. That was crazy.
Yeah, obviously, one thing that was special about Persona was that it combined a lot of aspects of Arc System Works titles, but also KOF titles as well. Brought together a lot of those communities. So with the roll mechanic, the roll mechanic also was shared between those.
Oh, the
Ooh,
big
here we
jump
go.
C, the
Actually,
down C.
And now that you mention it, a lot of KOF veterans also played Persona.
Oh,
as well.
really?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, my man Reynolds. I remember
There you go,
Reynolds
yeah, there you go.
at the run back would play Persona and get top 3 all the time with his Chie. Nice
And
record
Lisa
will
making
chip
it
him
look
out.
easy with his Kyo. His Kyo, again, we talked about last year, pre-evolution Japan Sai. He got 3rd place at that tournament, if I'm not mistaken. Did work.
Yeah.
His Kyo in particular was very strong. Very good performance from him.
So can someone tell me about the defensive options in this game? What do you do if you're locked in the corner against your opponent?
Oh, there's plenty of options you can use. They are roll that we saw earlier, but they can be punished. You can also guard cancel the roll.
Okay.
So like you can use it on block and do it that way. You can also guard cancel blowback, which means you guard cancel and you would blow them to the other side of the screen entirely, giving you a free room to run out of the corner.
It's actually really similar to Persona, like you mentioned. Remember, you could guard cancel.
Yeah.
You could block cancel, then roll out. You could guard cancel and then do an attack.
Yeah.
That concept is pretty much borrowed from KOF.
And here I was thinking Persona was so original and
Well, no, I mean, but again, that's the beauty of that game.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Exactly.
It combines a lot of those concepts, and as a result, a lot of those communities all kind of rallied around it.
Yep.
Do the rolls require meter?
The guard cancel one.
The guard cancel one, yeah. If you cancel a block stun, it's going to cost you 1 bar.
Okay. But the regular rolls do not.
But again, they are punishable. Is the thing.
Yeah.
They're
They're very
if you have to
vulnerable.
read, then you're good.
Yeah. They're best used when you can see that the opponent's going to commit heavily going forward, so that way you can just roll out of the corner that way.
What about backdashes in this game? Are backdashes invincible?
I don't know, but they go very far.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they're invincible, but
They
they
go far.
They go very
It's
far.
certainly they do have recovery on them.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Yeah, I was just curious, like, because in the corner it seems like that's where I'm seeing people roll the most out of block, and so I was like, you also have an option to backdash in the corner if it has invincibility.
Yeah,
So,
and you'll
just
get punished
curious.
if that happens. But yeah, people just want to roll out of the corner because that's the quickest way to get out. You know what I mean? And that's why they get punished for it often.
Let's talk about some Street Fighter really quick, guys. Who do we got here?
Sako running
no.
the Manat.
Yeah, he's definitely been playing Manat since she's come out. It's, you know, how Sako is, man,
Yes.
with the combos, with the technicality.
Yeah, and obviously this game makes it difficult for him to really express that, right? But it's one reason why you've seen him kind of rally around characters like the Manats, the Akumas, these characters that will at least give him some space to be able to show just how good his execution is.
So,
Yeah, and you can already see him using the new move with Manat, exploding the orb.
so somebody tell me about Manat. Is she bad? Is she good? Is she somewhere in the middle? I feel like a lot of the DLC characters there, I see a lot of tech for them on Twitter all the time, but I don't see them as much in tournament.
I think she's good. I think probably mostly people would say she's probably in the middle, but I think she's pretty good.
I think she's
her-
mad annoying to deal with.
Yeah, definitely. When she has the orb, her normals are incredibly long, incredibly difficult to deal with. She has great combo potential when she gets the V trigger going.
Am I off base when I say this character looks a lot like an anime character?
Oh no, for sure.
You're not off base at all. A lot of the design concepts are borrowed from other titles. You'll notice especially her V-Trigger 1 in particular.
Exactly. Yeah.
This is definitely the character I would play.
So yeah, I don't know if you've ever seen her V-Trigger 1 summon. She gets the 6
Yeah.
orbs around her, and the 6 orbs correspond to a button on the joystick.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So it's light punch, light kick, medium kick, etc.
And they're triggered by negative edging.
Yeah, exactly. So it's very anime in that aspect.
And it's one reason why you see a lot of maybe traditional anime players, traditional poverty players actually pick her. Goichi in particular. I'm sure you remember that name.
Yeah. Trying for the slide, a little bit too far away. Both players are using
Birdie with
V-Trigger
those
1.
big boy buttons, man. They're so good mid-range. Ultra David told me that wouldn't work past month 1. I'm still seeing Birdie players EX diving, and it's working every time. It's almost like it's a good move.
Strange.
Wait, that's too good. Almost like it's a good move. Oh, trying to EX
let it
bullet
rip.
through that. Chill out, my friend. And then, yeah, this is going to be the classic Sako Noka
The
confirmed.
mix-up coming?
You are dead.
No, not even necessary.
Straight out of BlazBlue, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh,
That is
yeah.
a sick combo.
Yeah, and you know, you were asking about why we don't see so many DLC characters in tournaments doing well. I think it's just that it's so hard for a player to just pick up a character as brand new and say, okay, now I can compete with all the other top-level players already against the characters that they have, you know, a year of experience with, essentially.
And here we go, BlazBlue Tsujikawa.
Speaking of which, man, yeah, we're back.
That's an old name, man. If you don't remember, Tsujikawa used to play Slayer. He's an SBO Togeki veteran in Guilty Gear. Obviously switched to BlazBlue and has been one of the top players of this game for a long time. Running this Tau Kaku.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Not a
Don't
character that you see at high level
Don't
too
see a lot
often.
of Talakakas.
So tell me about Azriel's changes in the most recent update. Of course, I still play a lot of BlazBlue. I feel like there's so many characters at this point that it's really hard to keep up with a lot of the changes. So, Obama, what is the biggest changes for Azriel?
Azriel in particular, I'm not too sure about, but he's still potent, man. That's that's the thing. Obviously, he has the big boy button, still has the teleport dash. I believe some of that got a little bit more recovery, if I'm not mistaken.
They were nice enough to give him a DP because
Well,
definitely needed.
it's funny, man. They make some curious decisions with what they choose to give whom, but not going to matter much to Sai right now because Tsujikawa rocking and rolling in this corner, got meter to back him up. Okay, good counter assault out. Tsujikawa read it, but still holding the corner. Good defense.
Hold
He's gonna
all
drag
this.
him right back to the corner.
Oh,
man.
he's got 100 meter too. He's super dangerous.
Oh, trying to come down with the dive kick.
Set point 2. Oh my God, he got it.
5D.
That's real.
That was stressful. That was stressful situation, but he pulled it out.
Absolutely. So, Tao, why do you think we don't see as many Talakakas?
It's difficult to say. In this version, I think she got some changes, if I'm not mistaken. But the character has always been kind of a secretly good, right?
Oh, yeah, I know that.
She's definitely a monster, but for some reason, I'm not sure, DC. You rarely see this character played at a high level. For some reason, maybe they feel other characters are maybe more consistent.
Sure.
But this is definitely a problem right here.
Yeah, looking real good so far.
And Tsujikawa just in that booty. Oh my God.
I feel like
To
even
the other side, scratching, that's a wrap.
Yeah,
That's a wrap. You're not dealing with that. No. So Tsujikawa moving on in his bracket again.
So I feel like even with damage output, it's very scary to play a relatively low health character in BlazBlue. Like you never know when you might get tagged, especially against like a character like Azriel. It's like God forbid you get tagged with that.
But you see, Taokaka's merits. She's always had them, right? With her drive, she's able to move quickly around the screen.
Yeah.
Mobility is I mean, mobility is everything, man. Like, if you have that kind of mobility and that power to be able to move around the screen, decide where you want to go, that's a huge asset in any game you play.
Very excited, man. Never get tired of watching BlazBlue.
Tsujikawa, definitely a veteran, going to be moving on. Man, I'd love to see him in top 8 later. That's an old head. That's an old head, man. That's a veteran.
So who are the biggest killers in the bracket for BlazBlue?
I mean, you already know, baby. There's only one name I can say when you say that. The only brother that goes into any bracket and just busts grapes on heads, except that evolution, man. Except that evolution. That's it's Benrich, man. That's the one everybody's got their eyes on, the chosen one. He's again, like I said at Evolution, man, the shining star of West Japan. They look at that kid and the way they talk about him, he's a special player. He's very, very special. I'm not even talking about BlazBlue anymore. We're talking about just fighting games. His vision, his reactions, and his earnest approach to the game. He's just, bro, with some of these titles, man, you know, you don't hear some of these names very often as much as we talk about the legends, the Tokidos, or they're not household names like that. But these are incredibly talented players, and they poured such an incredible amount of time into their respective games. It's crazy.
I mean, one of my favorite people to hear talk about fighting games, period, is SKD, right? The American BlazBlue player. Like, I don't even play BlazBlue, but whenever I hear this man talk about fighting games, it just fascinates me.
He sounds like he's talking about some stuff that you could like never even perceive, right? Yeah. When he talks about the Bluetooth interference, I feel like because I believe in God, I can't see the Bluetooth. Oh my God. He's like, he has the scientific Bible he's talking about. It adds input delay. I'm like, bro, I can't see the fairies. Where are they?
It's the Sixth Sense, man.
I went to church on Sundays. I can't see the Bluetooth interference. There you see Samuel M. once again striking with game 1. Again, this is Japan's pride right now in KOF.
Yo, Robert.
When you got the company that makes the buttons and that's your sponsor, come on, man. M-Dash trying
That's pretty sick.
with the home field advantage. M-Dash trying to make a statement. And obviously, we talk about KOF, the Well tournament, right, in China that happened just a couple months ago. Had a lot of international comp. A lot of your Evo top 8 was present at that tournament. Yeah. And M-Dash, I believe, got second place. Lost to Shanghai in grand finals, of course. But they've been going back and forth, it feels like, for a year and a half, 2 years now.
Yeah, we see the little Tatsu type kicks, very difficult to punish. They're safe on block, so yeah, people can really get harassed by that. Oh, nice. So you see, always taking advantage.
Yep.
Yeah, always taking advantage of the early hop normals, right? You can always 2B them. Punish the landing frames, get the full combo into max mode, easy stuff. Mini Maru up to bat.
Round start, baby. Jump D, baby. What an obnoxious button. You guys cannot understand how obnoxious that button is.
Again.
Watch how many times he lands it. Empty jump command grab. Talk to me. What's the Oki? Other
Oh,
side.
my
God.
Backdash roll.
Swagging on him. To the wall. What you got? Oh, trying to wait him out?
Yeah.
Trying to wait him out with the empty low? No, air to air. Stay in the corner. Stop jumping. Okay, you got it that time. You got it.
Neutral jumping activates the max mode. Decent damage for Robert as well.
And Dash willing to burn some barges to put that damage on him. Takes to the wall. Went for the command grab. No dice.
Yeah, that was sneaky. Try to go into the max mode cancel on block just to get him sleeping. Catch him with the command grab, but no sir.
And Hank letting him know, man. And Dash say my name. Take out that second character. Mature, she's bad to me. I'm not gonna lie. I think she's bad. I think she's bad. I think she's bad. I think she's bad. I'm a sucker for the short hair like that.
I'm the opposite.
There's a lot of short hair out here in Japan.
Nah, man. And she'll take control like that too.
Yeah, what am I looking at right now? Drag you across the screen. Is that a command grab or a?
It's like a hit grab.
Oh, that's an anti-air right there. That's an anti. I know what that was. Let's go. And Dash Vice. Trying to seal this set against Hang Iori.
Yeah,
game
tried the
3.
overhead.
No,
saw
game
it.
2, sorry.
Gonna pressure up. Yeah, just give it. Oh no, trying to respond to
DP. He got the meter to back him up. Gonna do good damage here. Get over here, reel him back in. To the wall. What you got?
This character's nuts.
To the other side, max mode confirmed. Not gonna spend any more meter besides that.
The trade.
Yeah, Hang looking good.
He ain't buckling. He know how to play. Someone M-Dash gonna get the close confirmed, and that's gonna do it.
That commentator's curse. Literally, as I said, he was looking good. Got
Looking
the
good.
crouch B
Body.
into the max mode. M dash.
What flag was that for Hank?
Hong Kong.
That was Hong Kong.
Yeah, traditionally, of course, KOF series, both, and it's really interesting when you get to talk about it, right? Latin America, certain sections of Europe, Middle East, and Asia in particular, for reasons both economic and I think also IP-wise, man. Those regions in particular love this game. It's super popular, super international. We see it every year at Evolutions that it's been there, but those regions in particular are very, 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 very present at this tournament right now. And it's one reason why this is one of the, I mean, this is the highest anticipated KOF tournament probably in the past year and a half, 2 years.
When it comes to the international scene, right, it's just for KOF, it's so strong, and they're so used to traveling to wherever they need to go to compete with the best. So it's no surprise we see them all here.
All right, so we got Ninjara Mirror over here in arms. This character's very cool. Every time he dashes, jump dashes, he will turn invisible. Very hard to follow on the screen, but it's of course going to be a mirror. So we got two very fast characters trying to hit each other. We see Nekomaru versus Kam. I think the very cool thing about ARMS is that you don't get to see a lot of the Japanese scene. So this weekend, I'm learning a lot about the Japanese players here.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you, because this game was very popular when it first released. They actually officially sponsored tournaments and stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I was going to ask you, are there any JP names that you know about that we should be watching?
I really hate to get blown up like this, but it's so hard. It's so hard to find.
It's no blow-ups here.
We're all trip, man. Don't trip.
We're all students.
It's so hard to find.
You think I got the answer to that question? Come on, man.
Yeah, Rid, you tell us.
Pass it on, man.
No. I mean, there are a ton of Japanese events, but it's very, very hard for me personally to find some of them. I know they have the ARMS Grand Prix, and I actually saw a player when I was walking through wearing one of the ARMS Grand Prix hoodies that they have. They give out, I guess, at the events. So I know there's obviously a ton of great players here. I think we're going to see some great play later in the day. I believe Top 8 actually happens later tonight, which I'm very excited for. So I mean, someone's going to get crowned a victor. We're going to hear a lot of new names, I'm sure, today, and even Americans. I'd be very surprised if we didn't see some maybe an American or two in Top 8, but for sure.
Yeah. That's the thing about EVO, right, is that it's all about the high-level competition, baby. It's a celebration of fighting games, and it's where everyone that's the best comes to play, to come to try to prove themselves. And I think that's what we're going to get here, of course, just now in Japan.
Rip, how you feeling about tomorrow, man? Obviously, this is an Asian tournament. A lot of North Americans on paper are supposed to be present at this tournament.
I don't know, man.
You don't know. I mean, give me 3 names to make Top 8 for sure.
For which game? Tekken?
Yeah.
3.
3 names to
Three
make
out of
top
8.
8 for
Give
sure.
me your 3 picks.
JDCR,
Yeah, of course.
Ni,
Okay.
Naroma.
We'll remember that.
JDCR,
We're gonna
Ni,
hold you to that.
Naroma. I think it's a 3. I think it's a solid 3.
Didn't we do something similar to this at EVO? And I think you said there were going to be no Americans in Top 8 or something. I forget exactly what you said.
That was definitely you.
That
was definitely you.
We had 2. We made 2. We made 2 in Top 8.
Because I remember even talking to you afterwards. You're like, I think this is the year.
You know what I'll do this time then? All right. We'll get an American in Top 8, EVO Japan. Tekken.
Who's it going to be?
Speed Kicks.
Yep, that's who I would have said.
The safest bet.
That
Rip
bro-
could
Well, what do you
possibly-
want me to do? Pick myself? That ain't going to happen.
And look, you said Speed Kicks. He's been out here for a week now, been grinding, hustling every day at Sugamo. It's always someone that's really fun to listen to talk about fighting games. And it's really interesting to hear his perspectives and see. Again, you read his impressions about going to the arcade, playing this in these dungeons of just high-level competition, and just learning what he's learned just through experience. It's really interesting for me to read and listen to. And he seems motivated is the big thing.
Super motivated.
Brother's motivated.
It's the most motivated I've seen him. I've watched him, kind of just grow over the past few years. And this is what I told him, you're going to come out for a week, you need to stay for 2 weeks. He says, like, nah, I got plenty of time off of work. This will be enough. I'm like, you're going to regret it, bro. And he's already regret. He's like, damn, I just need 4 more months now in here. I'm like, yeah, 4 more months. Good luck getting that off.
Speed Kicks is another one of the guys, right, and akin to SKD that I just love hearing talk about fighting games. They have beautiful minds for it.
All right, here we go. Kurone Abao. Kurone sponsors Abao, again, one of the top KOF 14 players in Japan. Very consistent, always out to events. Hasn't had the big showcase wins that I think that he's fishing for. A lot of KOF players, especially within this 14 generation, are like that. But he's also one of the. He recently got sponsored. Actually.
Awesome. And that's why, you mentioned that earlier, right? That's what's so important about this tournament, is giving people like this, the ones that don't get to travel a lot, their stage to try to show out for the rest of the world.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, he was at Evolution this year, but again, missed the top 8 stage, which again, what an incredible tournament that was.
Yeah.
But Again, trying to fish for that top 8 spot this weekend at Evolution Japan. Takahiro no slouch himself either.
Throw
Gonna
Vice
drop him into
again.
the corner. Here she go, baby.
Ooh.
Cracks him high, no confirm after. Test him low. Backs up. Ooh, I wish you would. I wish you would. Come to me. No, jump C. Get out of here.
And that was a great patience on the side of the Vice player as well, because he waited after that first Rekka let loose, because he does have a guard point on that Rekka.
Yeah. Very good of him to back off, take a moment, show me what you're going to do. Put the air-to-air out there, easy win. And now he's going in.
Why
Here
you
we go,
running
baby.
at me?
Crack the max early. Same situation. What you got? This Iori with a lot of bar, though. Cracks him high again. Punish on the roll, no dice. Max again.
My goodness.
Burns
Super
the meat on the
cancel.
super. Not quite enough, though. Still dangerous.
Yeah. Iori with 5 bars and come back
Yeah,
real
Here we
easy.
go. This is how it starts. Off the overhead.
Oh, man. They go into it. Are we going to see a cancel to level 3?
Oh, no. Saving that bar. Empty low. He had it.
That was the round.
Oh, you hate to see that happen. Wow.
So let me ask you, aside from the additional meter you get from losing characters, is there like an X factor? Is there Infinity Storm in this game, like a comeback mechanic that really helps you
No,
out when you-
again, the system is naturally the comeback mechanic, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
When you lose a character, you go down, you get more bar, you get more potential to maximize damage off of that next hit that you get.
Yeah, so there also are level 1 and level 2 supers. Like, there'll be like EX versions of a super, and when you're in max mode, it automatically does the EX version of the super, which does more damage.
Here we go.
So you save the meter, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Big Clark. On his back early here against Benny. Not where you want to be against this character. Picking him apart. Please stop hopping. Just runs out. Yeah,
He's like, get me out of here.
that's the best, best course of action. Best course of action.
Yo, Benny's mad annoying.
Yeah, I'm glad you're seeing that. Look at that, man. The jump D all day, every day.
And that's the worst part, man. He didn't even combo after. He just
No.
ran
All
and
he's
just
done is jump
command
D.
grab.
Yeah, we're not joking about that button, man. Like, it's ridiculous.
So what is the answer here? Why is what are you doing?
Benji Morrow's one of the best characters in the game, dog.
Again, that's when we talked about KOF top tiers. When they have these normals, and especially the aerial normals that are able to accomplish multiple purposes, even Benny's jump D, it can be difficult to anti-air effectively. Especially when
Cross up too?
yes, he can do. He has cross up with a jump B as well. Of
course.
Oh, jump D as well. Sorry.
Yeah, so the thing that you're going to try to do here is, like, see, he's pressing it pretty, like, on the way up or pretty high in the air. So what you need to do is just chill out and
Adjust your timing.
Yeah, and punish the landing frames with crouch B. Like, if he presses the jump D that early, by the time he gets to the character, the active frames will be gone.
Okay.
So he'll just be able to anti-air with a crouch
So
B.
that opens up the crouch B punish for you. If they're going to be hitting it late, man, you either want to try to check them early out the hop.
Yeah.
But even then, that's dangerous with as fast as that
So
button comes out. Yeah. And the thing is, he gets reward for it too, right?
See, like, on that jump right there, that was a normal jump, and he did the D. So he could have done crouch B right there, but he's just not looking for it.
Here we go.
Crouch
Cross up
B
jump
is
D
like,
again.
Crouch B is like his short, right?
The
Yeah,
little-
yeah,
the little
exactly,
kick.
exactly.
Yeah, little
Yeah.
leg kick.
B and D are the kick buttons. B the small kick. D the big kick.
Yeah.
The back jump. Come on, man. No, you can't do that. About.
My man was frustrated.
Can you blame him?
You avoided
No,
the perfect. You
I'm
avoided the perfect.
frustrated watching it.
That's hard to watch. Man.
I'm about to
That
pick
looks
up
very
Benny.
rough. Yeah.
But again, with KOF 14, this is Abao is absolutely, I'd say, one of the most active players. We've seen him in a lot of tournaments this past year. But again, searching for that big stage win. He hasn't quite had one yet.
So let me ask you something. There's something I'm very, very excited for. Very, very excited for in the future. SNK Heroines. Will I be able to practice? If I start practicing King of Fighters right now, will I be ahead of the game for SNK Heroines?
I don't know anything about that wife.
Have you watched it?
DC.
Come on, Rich. Rich,
It
you
looks like
can't
a
say you're not
super.
excited.
Look, I've seen the trailer. It looks like it's a super simplified version.
Yeah,
right. Like super simplified. So I don't
I'm fine with
know that this is in the same realm.
Will I be ready? You know,
Don't look at me, man.
I know Rich is very excited.
I'm honest with you, DC. I haven't seen a damn thing about that game.
Rich.
I feel like I
don't know why
can
you
play
hate waifu
SNK
stars.
I'm
Heroes.
going to plead the fifth. All I know is I like the outfits a lot.
I like the outfits too.
They bring out the character
Wait,
personalities.
which trailer did you see? Did you see there was an American trailer?
I've seen them all. I have the posters. Just
See
How
the
many
trailer?
trailers have you seen, bro?
I've watched a lot.
You saw the
I wanna-
exclusive trailer from the Maid Cafe, bro?
You download the 4K version? You're nasty. You're nasty.
I thought you were on my side here. Anyway, back to BlazBlue.
0.25x speed.
Mao Shigeru Ragnar versus Kinji Carl. Carl took some big hits as a result of this last patch. You don't see too many Carl players out there doing damage now, but here we go, representing.
All right, let's simplify this. Yes or no, does he still have an unblockable? Can you still...
I believe they got changed, or they
Really?
got altered, yes.
All right, finally.
Man, Carl. I'm a little partial to the puppet characters myself, being a Zato player in Guilty Gear. Always like
It's
to see
fun to
them
watch
do
them
work.
do work. Obviously, we saw Ryusei do work at Evolution this year. Again, you mentioned the unblockables. That's something that's always stood out about, at least in that version. We go Ragnar trying to get in.
And we got Ragnar, the protagonist privilege.
Gold burst in the corner just to keep it. Give me the meter too. Holla. Pick him up, choke him.
I love watching Ragnar. It's been like 10 years now.
That's right, and it's so good because
BNB still
again he's and for those of you guys that don't know, he snowballs a little bit too, right? When you see those little orbs floating around him, that's giving him health back.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yeah, if you
Oh,
notice
yeah.
his health,
that's
you're
gross.
right.
Isn't that doesn't that hurt?
Right, every
gross.
D attack you hit.
Like, hey
you-
man, I did all that damage to you. I hit you.
That sounds tight, though.
So
Yeah, it's like a passive buff for him.
Explain to me how Carl's puppet works, because like with Eddie, right? You hit little Eddie once, he's gone for the meter. So what is hitting Carl's puppet?
Again,
do?
if you look at the bottom left corner of your screen above the super gauge, you'll see the doll has its own health meter.
Okay,
Aha.
okay.
So if you beat it up enough, it's just gone for the whole
Exactly. If you hit it while it's active like that, you see.
It's taking mad
So it's
health
not,
away.
it's not gone for the whole round, though.
It's not gone for the whole round. It'll come back, but
Okay.
it's a fundamental strategy. Again, with these puppet characters in any game that they're in, you
Yeah.
want to remove that aspect of the gameplay. You want to remove the puppet. If you can remove the puppet from play, you stand a good shot at dealing with the character solo. So you see putting damage on the puppet when you have the opportunities early on, it opened up the door for this to happen.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah,
not even
puppet's still
just
down.
hitting the puppet, though. Even using the puppet attacks will drain its life.
Cool.
Will he
Testing
be able to get
high.
out of this corner, though?
Puppet chilling.
Good patience, but goes in an empty throw.
Oh, threw him back towards it.
Gets the throw reject miss combo here.
Oh, nice tech throw.
Oh, damn, Puppet's back.
And you saw he walked up there and just gave him those quick lights.
Yeah.
Those quick A buttons just to put damage on the puppet. Stop what you're doing. Or at least make the call player think about it right. Ooh, off the trade? Holla at me.
Good stuff.
And Kinji, the Golden Carl, moving on.
All right, yeah, that was 2-0. Well done from Kinji, yeah. Always interesting in seeing the puppet characters and how they work, how they're combated
Mago up there?
against. Oh, yeah, I heard Mago was using Colleen now.
A lot of people talking about this character being strong now.
Yeah, with the V-Trigger 2, of course.
Oh, Rashid, though, man.
Oh,
That
the
crouch speed is still good.
So Rashido, I heard, got,
That's right. Excuse me. Mago
Got-
is using Rashid now. That's right. Somebody
heard-
else is using Colleen.
I heard Rashido got a huge buff in AE.
A huge buff.
I don't know what it was. I've just heard that he's a lot better of a character.
Maybe
now.
the buff is that he wasn't
you-
nerfed.
Yeah,
That is probably the buff,
passive
right?
buff.
Yeah, he hasn't been nerfed that much. In addition, his V-Trigger 2, a lot of people are considering very strong. It enhances his,
maybe
his
it was
kick
that I was reading.
specials.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it enhances his kick specials, gives him a new enhanced whirlwind as well.
'Cause I really like this character. I'd love to see more of this character.
I think a lot of people
You,
would like
what
to
did,
see
what
less.
did you just say?
Yeah.
Excuse me? You said you want to see more Rashid?
What's
You are gonna
what's
get
the problem here?
No, you are gonna get your wish, my friend. Don't worry. Don't worry. You will get your wish for sure.
Yo, these
Yeah,
crush counters.
something tells me at this tournament you might get to see a lot more of him.
Yeah.
So you see Mago, finally switched to Rashid. Got tired of
Karen.
Karen. Obviously, when you talk about the Karen players, he's obviously one of very strong player, legendary, but just has not had the same level of success that some of the other Karen players have had.
Yo, damn, that V2?
That seems really nasty.
Yeah.
I don't want any parts of that.
Yeah, but like Rip said, right? He didn't get nerfed too much. He did get some nerfs. The crouching heavy punch got
Right.
slowed down a little bit, so he's not able to just press it all willy-nilly like he
Although
used to be.
Mago still seems to be doing it.
But it's just toned down just a tad.
Yeah.
That's really the thing, right? Is that the big things that were nerfed with him were just barely nerfed. So that's why he's still strong, in addition to the V-Trigger too.
Yeah, and a lot of the changes that they made generally in AE are not like, this is now a punishable move. It's just
Exactly.
like, it's just got more recovery, but it's still unpunishable. You know,
Yeah.
so it's those sort of changes.
Yeah, if you were a previous top tier and that's the worst thing that you got, then you're still good.
Yeah, you're chilling.
Yeah.
Mago just running away with this one.
They did do some universal nerfs regarding like pushback on certain normals, trying to make tick throws a little bit more difficult to pull off, trying to make or get rid of some of the throw loops in the game as well.
Yeah, I'm so curious about the other change. You know, for the throws, they gave him one more active frame now. I'm like, so it's supposed to help your meaty timing on throws. I just want to see how that plays out.
Yeah, I already saw someone mistime their meaty throw still.
It's just one frame, right? Like,
yeah,
like,
it went from 2 to
changed
3.
it.
Yeah, it went from 2 to 3.
It's just one extra frame. It's not a whole
Mago
lot.
got stunned now.
Mago looking real comfortable.
Done, dude. The perfect KO. Can't even say 7 golden letters. It's like
Damn.
9.
It's 9.
It's 0.5 or something. You got
I thought
two
it was
dots in there.
5. It's 5, right?
Yeah, it's 5.
5?
Yeah. Shout out to Neo.
That confused me for the longest time. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm still confused.
I was bluffing. I still don't get it either.
Yeah, okay.
I'm pretty sure it's just
A mistake. That's the best possible answer you could have made. Rip. Okay.
We're back into arms, guys. We got pretty much the Ryu of this game versus the Chun-Li of this game.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Springman, aka regular guys. This is actually, you know, I can't even say that because as far as I know, Ryu not that great in the Street Fighter 5, but Springman, one of the best characters in this game.
Springman.
Yeah, Springman and Ribbon Girl. Very fast character that spends a lot of time in her air. They call her the heiress herself.
Oh, dude, this is sick. So you're actually modifying the stage as you play?
Yeah,
by punching them out?
This is Ribbon Girl's stage.
Aha.
Very, very cool. You can actually, you know, you can use those as cover. You can hide behind them. They can actually screw you up too. Sometimes you can't see what the hell's going on behind there, you know. But of course, Ribbon Girl loves her own stage because she has multiple jumps. She can jump on top of these things and spend a lot of time pretty much avoiding her opponent. Nice to see that.
Now, is it just me? But every time I've watched it so far, it seems like people don't block a whole lot.
I mean, you have a lot of not a lot of options, but just moving around this game, it can be really hard. You know, if you block, you can get your guard broken. But when you have movement, you have a dash, you have multiple jumps like Ribbon Girl, you don't necessarily have to spend a lot of time jumping because
so mobility is kind of the defense of the game more so than blocking.
Because you know the jumps, they go straight, you can curve them, but it's really, you know, if you see a jump coming, it's better to move out of the way than to actually block the jump.
Okay. And if someone's blocking, you can't throw them, right?
No. But you know, when they're blocking, you can't.
Yeah, that's when you do throw them.
Yeah, that's when you do throw them.
Yeah.
But it can be dangerous to throw out a throw because, of course, you have both your arms out, and then you won't be able to block. Anytime you're punching, of course, you can't. You have to wait till your arm retracts before you can block.
Yeah. I think that's why we see so little blocking, right? Just because everybody's punching constantly. So, DC, explain to me how exactly, like, I'm a scrub, right? Let's say you were going to play against me in tournament. Like, how would you go about hitting me? Like,
first of all, if you've never played this game before, I would grab you over and over.
Okay.
Grabbing is very, very strong in this game if you don't know how to deal with it.
Okay.
But aside from that, you know, if I was just playing you, I would probably use one of the curving gloves. A lot of new players have a hard time dealing with that.
Okay.
Because usually most gloves in this game go straight and curve them.
Yeah.
But there's some gloves that actually slap you from the side. Especially Ribbon Girl, who uses them. Slap-a-manders and Kick Robo with the Slam-a-manders. Very, very hard for new players to deal with because you know you can't just be moving left to right. Those are the gloves that really take advantage of the people who like to use their mobility.
So
What's
in that
the solution?
What's the solution? Do you have to like move forward or
move
back?
Forward block. If you stay stationary, it's very hard for the curving, slapping gloves to hit you. They're meant to hit people who move around a lot.
Yeah, it seems like a game where you like most other games, I guess. Movement is very important.
Yes.
Knowing your movement options.
Yeah. On top of that, in between rounds, you can counter pick gloves. Every character has at least 3 gloves.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And here we go. Key versus Masa again. Two veterans.
Key and Masa. Yeah, we saw Masa earlier.
Yeah, Key already
lost
won.
to Hisa. To maybe assume this is the same bracket.
Scooped out. Actually got out of the corner.
Man, I missed that iPad.
The 4D max mode confirming. You're going to see that constantly from every Iori. Easy player 2 win so far. Masa's going to get a lot of life back as well. Yeah, in case you didn't know that as well, the amount of time left on the clock determines how much life you get back.
Oh, really?
So the shorter the timer is, the less life you get back.
Yeah, so you see a lot of situations maybe at high-level play where maybe a player knows that he's been beat, right? He'll try to drain the clock out as much as possible to reduce the amount of life that his opponent will get back. Maybe just take that time to build meter. You see a lot of exchanges like that at high level.
Precisely.
Oh,
God.
God.
See this jump D,
He hit in the front and land behind.
Rip. Can you say boom every time he does jump D?
I got it. Boom! It's too much. I can't do that.
Thank you.
That's all the commentary is going to be.
Oh. The far D drops the max confirm though. Here comes the that rollout was so good. Got tagged though. Another far D.
It was, but that's when you want to use the rollout. When you see they're jumping in, right? All their momentum's going forward. But yeah, Benny Mar's a problem.
Yeah. No, he already had that jump away anti-air button. I don't know which button it was. Maybe
Yeah,
B
it's
or
probably
D.
jump D
Jump D.
himself, yeah.
Yeah, he tried to use it against it. It worked once.
Yeah, that jump D is good because the way his foot travels and the arc that it travels, it goes up, then down.
Yeah.
So it's really, again, multi-purpose, right? Able to catch people out the air, but then it also tags it downward
the
towards the
ground.
end. Yeah.
Well, the player's just building meter right there.
Yep.
You see that jet knee can build meter constantly.
This
It's a
is
special move.
third strike mode, Chun-Li.
Yeah.
Hey.
Again, just building the meter.
Both of them about even on gauge, too.
And this is why when you're down in the life lead like this and you have more characters, why they're not so like eager to get in and try to make that comeback. They'll just build meter, waste that time
Waste
so you
time.
get less life back. Here we go. And yeah, and when you do die, you get a whole nother meter, just a bonus off the.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can see right here, she's gonna start with almost 4 bars.
Okay.
Nakaru coming in. Putting that bird on that
Oh,
dirty
what?
bird.
All right. Is this game's version of public character, or is the bird not?
No, not so much, but the bird is definitely annoying. Nakaru was a very prominent character when the game first came out. She's gotten toned down a bit, but still very strong.
So the bird is essentially a projectile.
Ooh,
Yes,
crossover
exactly.
to the other side.
It's just
Resets him, goes in, empty throw. What you got for me? Okay. Here comes Masa with a reverse throw of his own. Gets him
Jump
low.
low.
empty low.
He got some bar. He's
Damage
one
on
more.
Fanny,
Oh,
baby.
yeah,
He
we're
can end
getting
this one hit.
close.
He can end
the
this one hit.
Oh, the throw again. You're
Working
not
the throw.
going-
Oh, the anti-air. There we go. Keep moving on. Masa out of the tournament.
So yeah, another thing about the rolls in this game, right? You can immediately throw them.
Yeah.
Like they'll go through hits of me like for a little bit, and then you can catch the recovery. But throws, you can just throw them
So
immediately.
like you said,
as soon as see them.
they have recovery to where you can crack them towards the end. But command throws and throws are really, if you know that they're going to roll and you can react, boom.
So yeah, that's what he did right there. He back-to-back threw him when he tried to roll out of the corner twice, and then he tried to neutral jump at the end because he was like, all right, he's not going to roll anymore.
Yeah.
but he just woke up
He
with
just woke
crouch
up with
C.
crouch C.
This game. That game is very fun to watch, man. Even, I don't play that game. I think I played that game maybe once or twice, and I know a big thing about that game. There's a stigma about the game. And tell me if this is true. A lot of people that tell me they don't play King of Fighters, they say it's because it's too hard for them to play. And I know when I personally tried it, I played other games, and it wasn't anything like what I played. So, tell me, what do you think about that?
I wouldn't say like hard or difficult. I would say, like you said, right? It's very different
Just
from every
different,
other
yeah.
game. The neutral is very different. There's not really walking. There's not dashing. It's all around hops and jumps and how you bait your opponent. The neutral is played from so far away in KOF that it's. I think it's just very different. It takes a lot getting used to. But if you're into high-paced, high-action fighting games, I think it's a great one to pick up.
How would you consider about the execution for combos compared to, say, Street Fighter V?
It's harder, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that much harder.
Tighter.
Yeah, so the thing is, when you said it's hard to play, I think for KOF 13, you definitely could have said very hard to play. That game
Yeah.
was brutal, but if you loved fighting games, that was absolutely a game you would love.
Yeah, KOF 13
Execution
definitely.
super difficult. Combos are long. They're going to test you. And then just characters were very explosive as well.
Yeah.
14 obviously toned down that aspect of the game a lot, like a lot of games this generation, right?
Yes.
Toned down the execution barriers a little bit. I wouldn't say it's a difficult game to play. I think quite frankly, I think it's a little bit easier than a lot of people give credit for.
Yeah,
but
definitely
with
so too.
but with the way the game is, with how good it is at teaching you fundamentals and the emphasis on fundamentals and the way fundamentals change in that game because of the hop mechanic, it's difficult for you to jump in as a newcomer and be able to play against a veteran. The difference between a good person and a great person in the game is the gulf is very large.
Yeah.
They're gonna just beat you down.
Yeah.
Until you understand how the concepts work in this game.
What if
So I
you
think
just
it
pick
could be-
Bandy Maru, though? And you just do, like,
well,
short hop.
That's a great start. That's a great start.
Yeah, you're on your way to building a good
There you
team.
go.
Gotta start somewhere. All right, so more.
I'm assembling my
Rashid.
team as I watch this.
More Rashid
more
and
Rashid.
John
I've
Takeuchi.
heard a little bit about these young men. Somebody tell me about him.
Oh, yes, man. John Takeuchi, one of the best up-and-coming players in Japan, period. I can't remember how old he is now.
Yeah,
What,
he's
18, 19?
No, he's almost 20 if I'm
Almost
not mistaken.
20?
Maybe a little
Yeah.
bit older. Maybe I'm not sure.
Maybe I've
A
just
little bit
turned
younger.
20 now.
barely.
But
Yeah.
yeah, this man has been playing Rashid since season 1. He's I can't even remember which first tournament he really made his name at.
Yeah, I remember seeing him at Red Bull Battlegrounds, the NA finals.
For
I feel
sure.
like.
Yeah.
That's again a popular player overseas, right?
Yes,
Definitely
very.
has his name out there in the
Very.
West for sure.
Yeah, the thing about John, right, is that like he has traveled to the West. He's young. He has some charisma to him. So the Western audience naturally gravitates towards any of the Japanese players that show like some charisma. You know, we like that. We like the showmanship.
And when you talk about the Rashid players in Japan, he was often. I think they quoted him in the beginning as everyone was like, "Oh, John, man, you're one of the best best Rashid. He was the first person to tell everyone about the Gachikuns, the Mokes, the other Rashids out here that were lying in wait. And he was like, man, you guys think I'm good. We should see these guys. But even
That's so
then,
sick.
but a merit to his experience, right? You said he, very well traveled. That's a big merit in this tournament scene, especially here today. Performing on big stage, he's used to performing on big stages like that. A lot of these players aren't.
Yes, exactly.
JP side, you have to understand the event side of things. They're used to maybe smaller venues, smaller stages in general. But John has performed at, again, highest levels, lots of international stages. He has that kind of confidence that maybe some other players haven't.
And you see, he activates the V-Trigger 2 now. We've seen Moke actually still sticking with V-Trigger 1, but both Mago and John Takeuchi using that V-Trigger 2. The enhanced forwards, the enhanced kick specials. Heavy mixer. Just needs one more hit, a throw even. Trying to throw bait, just walks back. Patience from the dictator player.
And that's so stressful. You want to do something. You want to get out of that situation. And that's the problem. It forces you to make a decision. And the Rashid players knows that.
Exactly. Yeah, Rashid always been so strong in the corner. Psycho acts from long distance, gets the crush counter. Great damage
that
on
credit
that.
card, looking like Flash and Metroid, running up the bill.
Activates the
never
V-Trigger
get
2.
old.
Ooh, wants the original side.
Oh, you know what I'm talking about? Come on, now don't act like you don't know.
That's why I said it'll never get old.
I wasn't going to say anything.
Oh, and
Here
then
we
he got
go.
the throw bait,
The
Ric Flair
classic.
drip.
Gets the throw, stun building. What's he got, Ringe? What's he got?
Enhanced mixer.
Help him.
Oh,
Help
no.
him.
Yo, use the V-meter reversal. Don't do it. I was kidding.
Help.
Yeah, you definitely called
I
for that.
called
He
it.
just got
He-
thrown.
He thought the same. Like, I gotta get the hell out of here.
Oh,
he is dead.
super to
Makes you
finish
get
the
to
trick.
the
Cross up, my God.
I mean, you're just trapped in the corner. I had the same process. I was like, man, you gotta use that. Don't save the V trigger. You know. Use the V. As soon as he did it, throw, boom.
Yep.
What were you thinking?
Yeah, of course, the Bison was using the V-Trigger 1, the traditional V-Trigger 4 Bison, allowing him to get those dash-throughs, those Slayer dashes. He can go to the other side, as well as cancel his special and the EX special. But his V-Trigger 2, I'm really interested in. I'm really hoping we see a Bison player
I don't even know what it
come
does
out with
yet.
that.
What is it?
So it's a command throw.
Oh, okay.
So it's a command throw, and it like implants like a psycho mind bomb in them, basically.
Oh, that's
that
right, I have seen
Yeah, so you can see. So once you command grab
the
them,
noogie.
yeah. Once you command grab them, you can activate it yourself, or after a certain period of time, it's just going to explode, and it's basically a combo extender.
Wow.
So yeah.
So I'm sure we're
think,
gonna see. I'm sure we're gonna see more of that before, before the end of the day. But right now, guys, we've got to throw it to a quick break. But I'm sure we'll be back with more Evo Japan action in just a sec, guys. Go away.